Good morning, world. Okay. Good morning, friends. I am just getting all the tech set up, making sure the channels are rolling. We have chat open in Discord. If you would like to chat, it is over in Discord. We are shifting it, pretty much everything over to the Discord so that I can freely share this information with you guys, rather than having my content taken down. I had yet another video taken down. Did you guys see the video of light code activation? I shared a mudra and a breathing technique to integrate some of this new delicious sunshine coming in. Apparently it is unoriginal content. And I have recently realized, it'll probably get me kicked off live, I bet you. I've recently realized that I think that the reason that the AI is deeming my content QR quality is because we're sending out codes in this shit that the AI is reading as QR codes. So, if it's that good, I can't explain any other reason why the AI keeps saying my videos are QR content. QR. Have you guys seen a single QR code in any of my content? Apparently the AI does. Isn't that interesting? I love a good rabbit hole, don't you? But instead of chasing any rabbits down this particular hole, which we may have done in the past and are no longer interested in wasting our time doing, we are just going to relocate our lovely selves over to the Discord, where we can freely chat about tools, mindfulness tools, not just mindfulness tools, tips, tools, skills, tricks, and things to balance, heal the body, the mind, the spirit, and even get us to a place where we are moving out of survival and into thrival. Yes, it's my new word. I'm calling Webster. Thank you, Apple Flare. Nice to see you, friend. Thrival. Thrival. Let's shift collectively into thrival and out of survival. Stop believing that everything that you need is outside of yourself, because almost all of it is within. And anything that you perceive you need from outside of yourself is a reflection of what is available within you that maybe you just haven't discovered yet. It's not easy. I won't say it's easy. Not always fun either. Not always fun. In fact, I wouldn't push anybody down this path of coming home to the self, because it can be scary. It can be messy. So if you find yourself on this path at any point, even just awakening, or you've been here for generations, right? Lifetimes, I invite you to come sit with us. We practice a mindfulness tool, and we sit with that tool in meditation. So hello, for those of you that are new here, my name is Reverend Deborah. I am a movement facilitator, movement in breath, body, and being. And I am your shenanigans shaman, so please do not expect to take yourself too seriously in this space. There are lots of spaces out in the world where you can go take yourself very fucking seriously. This is not it, because it has been my experience that weaving playfulness, willingness, curiosity, and a little bit of shenanigans into all of this serious stuff cracks it open to a whole new level. the closer I get to God, the more I understand about the universe, the more joy, the more laughter, the more lightheartedness, the more silliness. Again, like I said last time, have you guys seen some of those birds out there? Okay, so this is our Bhakti Bites class. Bhakti means devotion. So devotion to what? Devotion to self-care. Self-care is the last thing on our to-do list usually, and the first thing we put aside when we're too busy. But really, self-care is something. Self-care is a relationship with ourselves. It is not a thing that we do. It is a relationship. It is a way of relating to ourselves and to our lives in every single moment. Not just compartmentalized for an hour or two a week when you go to the yoga studio, right? Or when you do your cold plunge. Self-care, yes, those are important. Those are powerful. But I invite you to join us to these classes so that you can gather a little toolbox of pocket-size, bite-size, accessible little mindfulness tools that you can use anytime, anywhere. I don't care if you're in the grocery store. I don't care if you're out to dinner with your whoever, on a date, if you're at work, if you're in the car, doesn't matter. The mindfulness tools that we learn here are accessible and so effective that they won't let me share them with you. Okay, so if the live goes down, go find me on Discord. You can find me on Patreon at Move With Change. I am at Move With Change on all the socials pretty much, but pretty much all the interaction happens on the Discord. So you can find the free link to join the Discord at patreon.com/movewithchange. If you would like to purchase a membership to the Discord, we do have deeper levels as you go up in tiers of membership to get into this mindfulness practice. It really just depends on how deep you want to go in this stuff. So all of that is on patreon.com. All of that is under Move With Change, and all of you, hopefully, are going to be joining me here for just a few minutes. So our mudra this week is the Linga Mudra. The Linga Mudra is the mudra for virility. As we just passed over the spring equinox, I've been wanting to do some fertility, virility kind of mudras because it's the air of the season, right? This particular mudra represents it's going to be interpreted a couple different ways. One way is cosmic consciousness. Another way is the union of the divine masculine and divine feminine. Another is simply the divine masculine. I was joking about this mudra and saying this is some serious big dick energy, because it really is. This mudra brings confidence to your spirit, to your heart. This mudra brings warmth to the body, increasing overall vitality. This mudra assists the digestive system, increasing agni or digestive fire. So if you have a slow, sluggish digestion, or if coming out of wintertime, your digestion is feeling a little bit bring yourself some heat into your belly. It increases, again, self-confidence. With the increased vitality, it reduces lethargy, or if you're feeling slow and sluggish, just overall, this mudra can help give you a really good energy boost. This is one of my favorite morning mudras because it really does revitalize your energy body. It also boosts immunity. This is also a mudra that is used in yoga therapy for things like dermatitis, tumors, ulcers, urinary tract and bladder concerns. Gosh, there's a heck of a list. Because this increases overall vitality, because this boosts immunity, because this boosts overall well-being, it is good for so many things. Now, as always, please honor where you are in this moment. I'm not in your body. I'm not in your seat. I have no idea what you need right this second. So I'm offering this mudra. If you find that while doing this practice, we're only going to sit for 5 minutes. If you find that while doing this practice, it creates too much heat in your body, or it starts feeling uncomfortable in any way, shape, or form, please release the mudra and simply rest your palms face up to receive the rest of the practice. That's it. That's all you need to do. Honor where you are in the moment. We are not in the business of creating a battle within ourselves. So do me a favor. Let's not push ourselves too hard today. Let's not try to create an enemy of ourselves. Let's not bitch at ourselves. Let's sit for 5 minutes and increase overall vitality. Get some blood pumping, right? Increase the circulation, oxygenate our cells. So the Linga Mudra is done like so. Take your right hand, leaving your thumb up, clasp your left. Hey, Zach. Clasp your left over your right. Again, leaving only your right thumb extended. So you take the pointer finger and the thumb of your left hand, and we bring it to touch. So there's 2 parts touch here. We touch the tips of the pointer and the thumb, and then we bring them to the base or the side of the thumb here and create ever so slight pressure. Remember, we use no more than the weight of a nickel on our mudras. If that seems really, 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 really light, that's okay. It's supposed to. Remember, just like an electrical current, when you make that connection, even before you make that connection, electricity jumps that bridge, right? Okay, that's what we're doing with mudras. We're redirecting the energy channels in the body. So we need no more than the weight of a nickel. Oh, hold on. My background went off. There we go. Okay, no more than the weight of a nickel. So again, interlacing your fingers, leaving your right thumb extended. We want to extend this thumb with intention, no tension. So don't overextend. Don't put so much pressure into extending your thumb that you're causing tension in your hand. We're not doing that. We don't create tension, okay? We just hold these positions with intention. Right thumb extended, left pointer and thumb come together, and then put ever so slight pressure on the base of the right thumb as it extends. The right thumb, the right hand, represents the divine masculine. The left represents the feminine, encompassing this one. So they come together again. One of the interpretations is the union of divine masculine feminine, and we experience the virility and fertility and increase in energy and vitality that union represents. So on Mondays, we always just sit with our mudra. Nothing more, nothing less. So if you have a moment, you can be seated, you can be lying down, you can be taking a walk. I don't recommend this one driving because it's kind of hard to hold the steering wheel like this. But if you would like to receive some of this increased vitality and you have the space forward, I invite you to grab your mudra and then rest the mudra right here in front of your solar plexus. Your solar plexus is right between the base of your sternum and the top of your belly button. So right at like your stomach, right at your diaphragm. This kind of area is where you want to hold your mudra in front of your solar plexus. It's easiest on the arms and shoulders if you kind of bring it into your body and rest it or anchor it onto your middle, onto the solar plexus. If this feels too intense, feel free to pull it out a little bit. Feel free to back out and just hold it out a little further. Try to keep it in front of your solar plexus though, because this works on increasing willpower, increasing confidence, increasing overall vitality. This is our center for will center, our center of overall, our energy stores. There's one level of them. Okay. If it is available to you, I invite you to close your eyes and we will take 3 deep breaths to fully arrive for our practice. Begin by inhaling through the nose, pulling the breath all the way into the belly. And sigh it out. Inhale again, lifting the heart and elongating the spine. And let it go. Inhale once more, expanding the rib cage in all directions, front, sides, and back, really filling the chest cavity with air, and hold at the top. Slowly release. Go ahead and seal the lips. And then follow the breath, following the inhale all the way to the top, following the exhale all the way to the bottom. Allow this gentle, steady rhythm to soothe you into your practice. And remember that the most important part of meditation is your intention and your attention. Right now, our intention is simply to follow the breath, and we bring our attention gently, lovingly back to this practice again and again and again, as many times as it takes, without judgment, without shame, without guilt. This is not a space for you to be bad-mouthing yourself. This is a space to practice loving kindness, to practice patience and acceptance. It's okay if you're not good at it yet. We don't start out being good at it. But the practice is the process. The perfection is in the process. It is not about doing it any particular way that you expect or someone else expects. It is about being with the experience, with the process. Following the breath. For just a moment, I invite you to check in with your mudra, shift your awareness to your mudra, and double check to make sure that your mudra hasn't collapsed in on itself. Sometimes that can happen as we rest our awareness elsewhere. So bring your awareness back to your mudra. Make sure that thumb is extended with intention. No tension, just intention. Make sure you have that connection between your pointer and your thumb of your left hand, and that it is gently pressing into, no more than the weight of a nickel, into the base of into the side of your thumb. Fingers interlaced, holding the mudra at your solar plexus. Remember, thumb upright with only your intention. Once you've checked on your mudra, simply return to your breath. Slow, steady breaths. Inhaling your intention to follow the breath or just to be present with the practice. And exhale any tension in the mind, in the body, in the breath. Nothing more, nothing less. We will sit with this mudra for just a couple more minutes. Stay with the breath. If your mind monkeys are busy and chatty today, just keep with it, stay with it, bringing your awareness back. Allow this mudra to increase overall vitality, warming the body, warming the belly, balancing the solar plexus, increasing blood flow through the whole body, benefiting the lungs, the bladder, the digestion, the liver, the kidneys, the everything, your whole being. Warming, warming. Stay with the practice. Stay with the process. Offer patience and love as you redirect your awareness anytime it wanders off with itself. Back to the mudra, back to the breath. Check in with your mudra again, make sure it hasn't fallen in on itself. Bring the intention back to your mudra. Gentle pressure between the pointer and thumb of the left hand onto the side of the thumb. Gently extending the right thumb, holding it upright with intention. Allow any thoughts, any sensations, any distractions to rise and fall in the same rhythm as your breath. Inhaling and exhaling, slow, steady. Resting your awareness again gently on the practice. You may stay here as long as you like. It is recommended we hold mudras for a minimum of 5 minutes, up to 45 minutes. Be mindful with this one, please, because it does increase heat in the body. If you feel complete, I invite you to release your mudra, bring your hands to prayer at your heart, or simply lay one over the other over your heart in gratitude for today's practice. In gratitude for this space, in gratitude for this body, in gratitude for this breath, in gratitude for that divine prana, that life force that flows through us, increasing our vitality, bringing us to life through life, carrying us, animating us, allowing us to have these magnificent me bag experiences in this finite matrix. Offer yourself a little bit of gratitude for taking the time for self-care today. I'm so proud of you for making it today. And thank you so much for joining me. When you are ready to come out of meditation, please do so slowly. Offer yourself some gentle stretches, maybe some wiggles. Only opening your eyes when you're fully ready to commit. To the reality that you've already created. Oh. Sorry, I find the universe very silly, very ridiculous, very playful. I have found so much healing and peace in chasing joy, in creating space for joy and playfulness in my life than I have found by taking myself too seriously. I took myself seriously for like a minute there. Like a minute there. So, for those of you who are just joining us, our mudra for the week is the Linga mudra. If you would like to catch the replay, please go follow me on YouTube at Move with Change. All the replays for my classes go to YouTube. Most of my content is now going to be going to YouTube because TikTok is actively taking my stuff down. It's that good, guys. It's that good. TikTok says, This is we can't share this. No. We want yoga to be those awkward bendy people, right? The ones doing the things in short shorts and set funny angles. That's what yoga is, kids. Because I know other yoga creators on here. I don't see your stuff when I search for yoga. I know other mindfulness creators on here. I don't see your stuff when I search for mindfulness or meditation. No, I see the silly stuff that they want me to see. And I'm telling you, it's been like making me tickle laugh inside. This whole idea that AI keeps thinking my videos where I'm sharing to you guys how to do light code activation, how to integrate light codes, where I'm sharing with you mindfulness tools, mudras, breath work. AI reads this as QR content. Why does the AI read that content as QR? QRs are codes. I'll just let you hold that one. So we're moving over to the Discord, because on Discord I can share with you all of this stuff. And there's no bot in there. There's no AI in there that's going to say, we don't want them having the tools to heal themselves. We don't want them having the tools to balance their energy body. We don't want them having the tools to manage their emotions. We want them on edge, easily triggered, so that they can be easily manipulated. And that, you know, is the way it's been for a long time. But we have to agree to that experience. On some level, we have to agree to that experience. And if you're like, whoa, I don't fucking agree to being manipulated. Who the hell are you to telling me I'm agreeing to be manipulated? We can consciously agree to something, and we can agree to it by not doing anything else about it. If you don't do anything about the fact that your locus of control is somewhere floating around outside of you, then you are making a choice. The biggest, I always say, every person shares a superpower. We all have our own superpowers, of course, but we all share a really, really powerful one. That's choice. The degree to which I believe I have a choice has little to do with what's happening outside of me, and more to do with my willingness to be creative enough to find a choice. I have no choice, I hear myself and others say. I have no choice. I had no choice. There was nothing else I could do. There was nothing I could do. That in and of itself is still a choice. And we need to stop feeling guilty about that. We need to stop chiding ourselves about that. We need to stop pointing our fingers and blaming other people for that. I implore you, I invite you, join me in this. In releasing the shame, in releasing the guilt, in releasing the self-bitching, and just accept where you are in this moment. With love, with grace, and with gentleness. And moving forward, begin reclaiming your autonomy as a channel for divinity. Reclaiming your authenticity. Because that is your purest expression of divinity. As divinity flows through you, as life force, as prana flows through you, Brahman flows through you like everything else in the entire universe. But what do we do so often is we put on band-aids and blocks and blindfolds, and we hide our divinity. We tell the God and Goddess within us to go, shh, you're being too loud. The rest of the world doesn't want to hear that. And all the while your divinity is screaming, please let me free. Please let me out. All I want to do is go play and dance with the universe. When we become rigid and inflexible in our thinking, in our mental processes, even in our habits and in the things that we do throughout our lives, our brains begin to atrophy. This is not a guess. This is not something I'm making up. This is not something woo. This is flat out science. Science! This is studied. This is the study of dementia, of the things that happen to our brain later on in life. And they have been able to measure, they have been able to show that the more rigid and finite we become in our thinking and our experience and our expectations and our judgments of the world, the smaller, not literally the smaller our brains become, but the smaller our thinking becomes. And the smaller our reality becomes. And the smaller it becomes, the fewer possibilities there are. We become stuck in our own self-affirming loop of how limited and small the world is. But I have to laugh and say to myself, what a silly thing to do. If I already know that my ability to perceive reality is limited, like I'm a human, right? I know that a dog hears better than me. I know that my cat sees better than me, right? We recognize that we are limited. So why limit yourself further? I already know that I cannot perceive everything in the universe. I cannot know everything in the universe, much less understand it. And instead of meeting that fact, that realization, with playfulness, curiosity, and willingness, and going, fuck yeah, you mean that there are infinite possibilities out there in front of me. There is infinite opportunity out there in front of me. The world really is my oyster, because it is all in how I approach the world. What I'm going to experience and what I'm going to see and what I'm going to go through in this life is all about how I approach it. How I perceive it, how I judge it, how I receive it, how I store it, how I integrate it, or if I just throw it away. I've been doing this mindfulness stuff for a long time, and I used to call myself a Debbie Appleseed because I joke about how I bring these little pieces, these mindfulness tools, these little nuggets of whatnot, right? And I'd offer somebody a seed, and I'd say, there you go. And I would watch as people went and tossed it. Fine, right? I can't be too attached to something. As soon as I give it away, it is no longer mine. And I have such a huge bucket of all these seeds. I've been trying to give them and give them and give them, and they keep overflowing. Leaving trails of seeds everywhere I go, you guys. It is up to you what you do with this seed. Now, people are always giving you little gifts, right? Little seeds like this. It is entirely your choice whether to take these in or not. We need to stop pretending that somebody else, right? Somebody comes to me and gives me the gift of judgment and tells me they don't like my haircut and they don't think it's appropriate for a mom or for whatever, right? There's the seed. There's the gift that they just gave me. It is not them who chooses to eat that seed and integrate it and let it grow into shame and self-doubt. It is up to me. Once they release that seed, it is mine to do what I want with. They have no control over that except the control I give them. If I say, that person did that to me, they made me do it. Argue for your limitations, and indeed they are yours. If you want to be controlled by other people in the world, go ahead. Let them. Let them pull your heartstrings. Let them puppet you. Let them push and pull. Let them drain you. There are lessons and gifts in there too. And I will never chide anyone for choosing their own path. But please, recognize that you choose it. Because in recognizing that you choose it, you have the option to choose something else. If you do not recognize what you are choosing, then you do not have the choice to choose something else. You do not have the opportunity to choose something else because you're not aware that there are other choices. So, even if you feel justified, convicted in the fact that you are a victim of this situation or of that person or of whatever, or of your past, right? How many of us are victims of our past? You can always choose something different, even if it's something tiny. Even if I am stuck in solitary confinement somewhere for a long time, I can still choose. Does it take strength of heart and mind? Abso-fucking-lutely. Does it take courage to choose something different when you're so used to doing the same thing over and over again? Abso-fucking-lutely. And you know what? It's okay if that's too scary right now. But plant the seed. Plant the seed. That choice is your most powerful tool. Choice can change everything. There's that story of the monk. Although I recently heard this as a story of the Buddha. I recently heard a different version of this. And I don't think I'll be able to tell you the different version of it because I just heard it recently. But the story essentially goes, there was a monk sitting in a courtyard in a marketplace, right? And there's the hustle and bustle about everyone going and doing their daily shopping and all kinds of people milling about. And he sat there in meditation, in a half-eyed meditation, just being present with everything, right? Just meditating on the flow of life as it was moving around him. And someone there decided that he did not agree with what this man was doing. And in fact, he did not think it belonged there in the courtyard. So he went up and began telling the monk what he thought about him. Oh, the monk didn't respond. The monk was simply observing life. And so the man leaned in a little more and got a little more intense about it and a little more intense about it. Thank you, friend. And a little more intense about it until this guy was yelling in the monk's face. Like red in the cheeks, right? Sweating, screaming, irate, because this monk has been ignoring him the whole time. And finally the man says, "Can you not hear me? Don't you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?" And the monk finally smiles a little bit and opens his eyes and he says to the man, "These gifts that you offer me, I do not want, so I do not receive them." It's that easy and that difficult. It's a paradox. Surrender is one of the easiest things that we can do. But surrender is difficult because of how tightly we hold on to our attachments. Recognize that surrender is difficult because you are attached to other things. Begin to unravel your attachments, and there's a whole lot more space inside. Begin to put down things that are not for you, and there's a lot less weight on your shoulders. Walk away from situations, things, people, places that do not support your best interests, your best authentic self, and feel the freedom of that expansion, of that extra movement. It's okay to take this journey in bitty tiny baby steps, because the path of coming home to yourself, of coming home to your divinity, to your authenticity, your true self, your highest self. That journey is an epic one. It is fraught with pitfalls and wrong turns. It is littered with monsters and shadows, many, many scary things, and many, many joyful things. But note that when you begin the process, there is this first stage of, you're walking into the forest, okay? And the forest is pretty thin. You see some trees and you like where you're going, but if it gets too dark, if it gets too thick, you can still step out of the forest and there's this nice, familiar, easy field back here. You know that place, right? You know where you've been. But now you're going on this journey over the mountains and through the woods. To grandmother's house you go, to back to yourself, back home to yourself. When you start this journey, there is a sort of, okay, no, wait, that's scary. Okay, yeah, all right, I'm willing. Once you get further along this path, don't think of it like a straight path, because first of all, it's not a straight path. It is winding and chaotic and very unpath-like. But I envision the energy of it like a spiral. Because once you begin, kind of imagine one of those, you know those things at the wherever where you can throw a coin in and the coin will go around and 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 finally go to the center, right? You know what I'm talking about? You guys know what I'm talking about. Okay. You are that coin. When you first begin this process, it's a slow, wide circling of self, the edges of self. And at any point, you can step off this ride. You will learn and discover things that you will never be able to forget. You will never be able to unlearn, but you can still step off this ride. Once you get deeper into this path, there becomes a kind of gravity. And this is why I will not push anyone into this path. And this is why I highly, highly suggest that when you take this path, you take it in steps, not in leaps, not in bounds. Don't look to be enlightened overnight, because that hurts. Okay? That shit hurts. Falling from, I am a separate being in a finite universe, I am material, you are you, I am me, we're not connected to jack all, obviously, right? It hurts to fall from there all the way up. And I've seen people who got hurt pushing themselves, running too fast, too far. And so I say, don't run, don't rush it, because there is a weight to it. There is a gravity to it. And if you take those little steps, one by one by one by one, as you step around the edges of this, that gravity will gently pull you in. And instead of being a battle, instead of being a fight for you to find your way to enlightenment, home to yourself, it becomes this fluid experience. It becomes a dance. But a dance that at some point you can't stop doing. So I don't want to say be careful, because be careful implies that I don't trust you to be careful. Be aware. Be aware of your own process as it is happening within you. Be aware of the way that it manifests outside of you. if you start doing this work and it becomes too scary, put it down. If you start doing this work and you start losing people that are very, very, very important to you, you can choose to keep going, or you can choose to stop. Listen to me. There is nothing wrong with you being exactly who you are, exactly where you are right now for the rest of your life. In fact, for just a moment, join me in placing your hands over your heart. Close your eyes and feel that. Feel that idea, feel that sentiment, that who you are right here, right now, is so perfect, so magnificent, so amazing, with all of your faults, flaws, mistakes, joys, beauties, accomplishments, everything that you have been. It is okay if you want to be this person for the rest of your life. It is okay if you don't choose to do the self-work. Offer yourself some love. Remind yourself it's okay. It's okay to be exactly who you are and to not want to change a single thing. I think that's one of the hard things about this experience, about this path. I personally got on really, really, really early. And so I filled my brain with the idea that my only benefit, my only value was to reach enlightenment. I studied philosophy as a teenager. I studied religion as a teenager and in my 20s. I studied human development and wellness to figure out how we work, why we work, what makes us tick, and how to heal and balance it. And by my late 20s, I felt like the universe had been turned inside out for me. I had no idea what was real or not. I was suffering with multiple diagnosable conditions because I chose to run down this path. And I know that we are in a time right now with this astrological shifts, things that are happening with the planet, the vibration rising. We are in a time that I keep calling the quickening because it feels like that. Things are coming up quicker. People are waking up quicker, and they're waking up not on purpose, right? For those of you feeling ascension symptoms for the first time in your life, you're like, what the fuck is this? I did not ask for this. So take it slow and steady. Be gentle. Be kind to yourself. The entire universe is creation, is love. Is love manifest? Is unity manifest? Is duality come together to create the entire universe? We live in this illusion of time that moves in a particular direction toward growth. It doesn't move backwards. If I knock my tea troll off his little spot here and he breaks, see his little arm that he lost? In my universe, in this universe, I cannot turn time back. Time does not put this back up. Yes, I can fix it, but time has this illusion in a particular direction. And I believe that's by design. I believe that's on purpose. So that we can take the epic journey home to ourselves. So that we have the time to experience time, to experience patience, to experience frustration and limitation, to experience growth and expansion in a universe that feels very finite. I know you're excited because the first couple of times that you sit in meditation and you feel your whole being vibrating around you, way outside of you, it's fucking amazing. I won't lie. Once you start seeing psychedelic colors when you're doing meditation, right? Or you're doing yoga or you're doing these other spiritual practices, when you hear your higher self, the first time I heard my higher self clearly, I cried. You've been there all this time? And I couldn't hear you? But we are so loud in our heads and in our thoughts and in our feelings that the whispers of the heart and of the soul get drowned out in the din. If you knew that God existed within you, that God was not some effigy up in the clouds, if you knew that God existed within your own heart, would you be so cruel? Would you say those things? Would you ignore God so fiercely? Would you chide yourself for making mistakes? Would you shame your divinity for not being what you expect it to be? How audacious that we little humans expect God to be in our image, or the universe to be in our image. The audacity. If humans have nothing else, we certainly sure as shit have audacity. Right? We've even got big dick energy mudras. This is our mudra for today. For this week. The Linga Mudra. The mudra for increasing overall vitality. The mudra for boosting our self-confidence. And the mudra for honoring the balance of the divine feminine and masculine, of duality, the yin and the yang. Hold the mudra in front of your solar plexus. We will, here, to do the mudra, guys, you want to bring your palms together, interlace your fingers, keep your right thumb upright, and connect your left pointer and thumb at the base of your thumb, creating a connection between the fingers and then also a connection at the base of your thumb. So put ever so slight pressure on the base of your thumb here. Keep your fingers interlaced, thumb upright. We hold our mudra with intention, not tension. So don't extend and press into, right? Don't squeeze this. Hold it with intention and rest it here. Anchor it on the solar plexus. This does many, many, many things. It increases overall vitality, so works on all the organs, works on the circulatory system, the respiratory system. It boosts the immunity. It helps just with an energy boost if you're feeling like sluggish later in the afternoon or in the morning or whatnot. I highly, highly recommend holding this mudra. It's always recommended we hold mudras for a minimum of 5 minutes so that the electrical current can start redirecting, flowing through our bodies. This mudra, because it increases vitality, is also used to treat chronic conditions, skin conditions, ulcers, UTIs, tumors, things like that. The Linga mudra is used to represent or to treat all of these things, including digestive issues, and it is specific to balancing the Vata energy, which is air in the body. I am a Vata dosha in part, so this is a mudra that I'm going to really enjoy sitting with this week. So we sit with our mudra 3 times a week, actually 4. We sit with our mudra 4 times a week. Monday, this is our Monday class where we sit for a brief 5-minute meditation, maybe a couple minutes more. We just sit with the mudra. The replay for this class is on YouTube. Please go follow me on YouTube. I'm at Move with Change on YouTube and all the other socials, but all of the interaction happens on Discord. So I post more information about this mudra on the Discord. And sorry, I'm checking the time. We have a class here in a little bit. The link for the Discord is on my Patreon, patreon.com/move with change. You can get into the Discord totally for free and get some fun free stuff in the Discord. We have an awesome little, what we call our CAYA courtyard, outer ring of our community. And within side of that CAYA courtyard, we have our CAYA Sangha. That is our temple where we practice mindfulness, where we do group coaching, where we do deep dive practice sessions, where we do workshops, where we do private coaching, private practice sessions. All of that is available at different tiers. So whatever tier, however deep you want to get into your mindfulness practice, that is available to you. That's an option for you. You can find all of that at patreon.com/move with change. You can get into the Discord for free. And then if you decide you want a tier, you can purchase through the Discord, sign up for your membership to the Discord or through Patreon. Doesn't matter to me. Either way works. If you have any questions about any of this, feel free to message me on any of the socials, or email me at rev@movewithchange.com. I hope you enjoy your mudra. I hope you carry it with you this week to increase your overall vitality, warm the body, and recognize that spending just 5 minutes with this tool is a choice to take care of yourself, is a choice to balance your body, your being as a whole, not just, right? Sorry, my brain went off on a tangent. Not just to take a vitamin to only treat this little thing, or not only massage this hand to treat whatever. Monkey brain. So we practice on Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday in Bhakti Bites classes. On Wednesday, we will add another piece to our meditation, so we will deepen our practice a little bit more. On Saturday, we do a bigger meditation with the mudra. On Friday, we do tiny yoga. Tiny yoga is a 30-minute gentle flow for anybody, for everybody in every space. It's a chair yoga flow, and so all you need for that flow is for that class is a place to put your bottom. All of these classes happen at 10 a.m. Pacific time. If you miss the class, the replay is on YouTube. Hi, YouTube. And we are also live on YouTube as well. What are the things? So if you are a Sangha steward or above, then you have access to our Sangha Sessions class. That Sangha Session class is happening at 1 o'clock Pacific time. And today we are practicing a pranayama practice that goes with the Linga Mudra. Sorry, friend, I don't go live with people I don't know, but feel free to send me a message about going live, and I'm happy to chat about it. It's funny when I say that, like 0% of people actually message me about going live. So I'm always curious about why people are popping into lives. I don't battle, if that's what you're looking for. I don't do that. I'm not here to manipulate other people into giving me money. I am here to give you guys things for free and offer you a space that if you want more, there is a space where I am teaching this stuff. Not just here's a mudra, but this is why, this is how, and here's a bunch of other tools that go along with it. We also have fun shenanigans in there, like a 24/7 dance hall. I'm also cultivating we're also cultivating a couple spaces in here where we can do language exchanges, culture exchange spaces. You also get access to my podcast. I also have a library of recipes that I am building. Let's see, what else? In the CAYA courtyard. Whoa, dog. I will be posting more and more of my content directly into Discord instead of to the socials at all. Because if the AI sees my content, sees QR codes in my content, then I probably shouldn't be giving it out to the universe. So if you guys would like to access more of these, if you'd like to directly interact with me without paying any kind of membership or whatnot, come to the Discord. The reason the chat is turned off here and the reason I'm not responding over there is because we're getting everybody into the Discord so that we can chat freely, because all of these platforms filter the comments. All of these platforms filter the comments. And I would like to hear what you have to say. So we move into the Discord so we can do this together. So we can share this freely, openly, discuss it openly, because it's that powerful. I speak from personal experience. This is not anecdotal. This is not, oh, I've had this fantastic life and I just decided to become a yoga teacher so that I could be bendy and stretchy and have a really easy career. I don't know. I don't mean to make fun of anybody. It's just a stereotype I'm playing off in my head. No, I sought out yoga because I didn't think I would be able to survive. And not just yoga. I sought out spirituality. As I said, I wanted to be a nun when I was young, so I began with spirituality and philosophy. And as I found myself deeper and deeper and deeper down this rabbit hole, what I found was my health. What I found was my strength. What I found was my autonomy. What I found was love. What I found was patience. And through these things, I am learning to love myself in a way that I've never, ever experienced. In a way that is so all-encompassing. That it is healing everything. Am I healed? No. That is a lifelong journey. That is a lifelong journey. And I'm enjoying every step of the way. But I would not be here. I would not be sharing these things. I would not be in this physical reality if it was not for mindfulness, for the practices that gave me back my locus of control. These practices that helped me find my captain. Remember, this is just your vessel. This is just the steering wheel and the computer in the car, right? Your captain is the driver. Your higher self has the maps, knows how to navigate, knows where we're headed. If you can tap into that higher self and allow that higher self to guide you, then you can steer your life in any direction you would like it to go. Again, not anecdotal. From fibromyalgia, sorry, I had to verify that I'm still alive. From fibromyalgia, depression, PTSD, bipolar disorder, rage issues, heavy drinking, and escapism, ruining my relationships, hurting myself, hating myself and my life, being at the very bottom of the barrel, absolutely certain that I was never going to be able to swim back up. I've been there, and far worse. Someday I will tell my story, I promise. I know some people have been asking for it. Someday I will. But for now, mindfulness saved my life. It didn't just save my life, it made my life what it is. It made me who I am. And I now love the fuck out of that person, out of all of this. And if you'd like to get there, if me saying that twinges your heart a little bit because you're not there, because I know what that felt like to not be there and to hear somebody else say it and to have that like, then please come join me on the Discord at the very least. It's totally free. And you'll get reminders when I post stuff or when I go live. You can ask questions directly. Ask your coaching questions in the chat. Right? Ask your mindfulness questions in the chat. Come in and say, hey, what's the best mudra for healing a broken heart? Come into the Discord and I'll tell you. I do. I give a lot away for free. That is because this stuff is so powerful. It is so powerful that I wish I could give it to every single person. But you can only receive what you are willing to receive. Thank you, friends. You are only able to receive what you are willing to receive. If you would like to explore receiving that, even if you feel like you might not be able to, come join me in the Discord. Again, patreon.com/move with change. You can find the free link to get in the Discord. Once you get there, there are deeper and deeper levels of membership that you can get into if you would like to join us for private practice classes, for group coaching classes, for private coaching, for group practice sessions, and all the workshops I offer. FYI, there is a workshop available for sale right now on my Patreon page. It is a conscious connection workshop. It is a workshop on a tantric breathing practice. So if you have an intimate partner or a very close friend that you would like to experience divine union with, no, you don't have to be naked. No, it's not sexy time, although it can be, because it very much can bring about some very intense, very big experiences. But it's a powerful, powerful practice if you have someone you trust to do this practice with. It is a completely downloadable workshop. You do it at your own pace. There's a video, there is a workbook, and I do a voiceover over the video, so you can either just listen to it, you can watch it and read it yourself. That'll teach you the practice, and it's yours to keep. And then there's a workbook that goes with it so that you can reflect on your personal experience as well as on your experience with your partner. This is one of the practices that that's all. Go check it out. Go check it out. I don't know how else to describe to you how powerful it is to exchange breath with another person and create that experience of divine union, to experience prana flowing through not just your circuit, but a combined circuit. You've got to feel it. You got to be there to understand what that's like. So that workshop is available on patreon.com/move with change. I am trying to get movewithchange.com back up and running. I apologize to you guys. The website stuff is down. So if you have any questions, again, you can email me on any of the platforms. I'm at Move with Change on pretty much all of them. I am live on YouTube, Kick, and TikTok for the most part. Sometimes Twitch. What else? Our Sangha Sessions class today is going to be a breathwork practice to go along with our mudra for the week. Our mudra for the week is the Linga mudra. If you would like to go back and enjoy the meditation from this morning, you can do so by following me on YouTube, by subscribing on YouTube. Hi, dog. Is it time to go? Is it time to dog? Is it? All right. I love you all so much. Exactly where you are, exactly who you are, right this second. And if you choose to never change who that is, know that you are loved. Know that you are lovable. Know that you are love. Manifest. You are the manifestation of the love between the yin and the yang, of the love of the entire universe, the love of the gods. If you enjoy what I do, if you like these free classes, if you'd like to support me in continuing these free classes, I do also have a tip jar on Patreon, patreon.com/movewithchange. There is also a donation level membership. But like I said, I have membership levels from $5 a month, $5.55, $5.55 to $444, depending on how deep you want to get in mindfulness, how closely you want to work directly with me, or you want to work with me, and yeah, just depends on where you are in the moment. So I love you all so much. I'm gonna boogie. It's almost 11:11. Dog needs his ball. I need my breakfast. I will see you lovelies either my Sangha stewards and above. I will see you in the Sangha sessions class. I am recording the Sangha sessions classes, and I will be creating a unlisted YouTube channel for FYI for Sangha supporter member, Sangha steward members and above. For those of you who are able to attend those classes, wanting to attend those classes, I will be doing replays of those classes so that you don't miss the sessions anymore. For the rest of you, come join us in the Discord and engage in mindfulness and shenanigans, because it's extra fun and because you have the choice. You have the choice to do so or not. It's totally up to you. Or, stay in your self-created reality, because it's got its own lessons and beauty in it too.